So you want to learn how to quit your job and start making passive income, how to start an online business so that you can start traveling the world, start living the life of your dreams. And I'm here to tell you that it's possible. I've been doing this for the past 3 years of my life. My name is Dan Vass. If you go and you watch all the videos on my channel, basically my entire journey is documented on there. You can go check that out later, because in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the realistic way to actually start making passive income, the real way to quit your 9-to-5 job no matter what your type of work is, no matter where you're at in your life. And I'm going to explain to you the best types of online businesses that you can start that are real and that will actually allow you to build a real business that makes passive income. Like, yes, true passive income. Now, just like yourself, when I was starting out, I was honestly very wary of all the online scams out there, and I was really I was young. I was 20 years old when I first started out. I'm 23 now. I've come a long way, honestly. That's what entrepreneurship will do to you. It's the greatest journey that you'll take in your entire life. But when I was first starting out, I was seeing all these videos on YouTube, just like yourself, probably right now, and I was wondering, like, okay, what's the honest truth? Can I really make passive income? And what is the business that I will most likely find real success in? And so I'm here to tell you that. So right now, maybe you're working in a 9-to-5 job between the hours of 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Maybe it's 9 through 6, 9 through 8, 9 through 9. Right? So if you're selling your time for money right now, you're working a 9-to-5 job. And so I was in the exact same shoes as yourself. When I was 20 years old, I started on this journey of entrepreneurship. And so I thought to myself, there were two paths in my life, two paths that I could take. Either I could go and just follow the traditional path, go to school, get stuck paying off debt forever because my parents definitely couldn't afford to pay for my schooling, and basically just live a life of mediocrity, which a lot of people, they kind of just accept and they blindly accept it, which I'm going to show you in this video is wrong. And I'm already sure that you're having doubts about that as well. And so a few years ago, I heard this quote by Jim Rohn: "Formal education will make you a living, but self-education will make you a fortune." And when I heard that quote, all of the things that I was doing before, I realized were wrong. Like going to school, pursuing a college degree. Right now, millennials are lost, and you might be 30 years old, 40 years old, maybe you're 20 or 18, maybe you're, just entering your college years, and you're honestly wondering, like, okay, I want to be successful, I want to live the good life, how do I do it? And so I've discovered the keys, I've discovered the answers, and honestly, it wasn't as hard as I thought. And so I'm here to share that with you. When I heard that quote by Jim Rohn, I started to study books. I started to read a lot of entrepreneurship books. The first one that I read was recommended to me by a friend, and that was Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And in that book, I discovered that working 9 to 5 and basically just paying off bills, paying off debt for life is a sure recipe for failure and a sure recipe for sadness, mediocrity, average, kind of the curse of average. And so that book really made me understand, hey, look, like, you have to keep on reading these books. You have to, find a way to get into entrepreneurship, start a business. I knew that it was possible, and I knew that I would find the answer if I kept on trying. And that was the key, really, to keep on trying. At age 21, I had a 9-to-5 job working at Scotiabank, which is basically like your Wells Fargo or Chase Bank in America, so it's one of the biggest banks in Canada. And I absolutely hated it. I despised it, and I knew that I would not, I just wasn't able to kind of pursue this life of climbing the corporate ladder, just for 10, 20, 30 years to become like vice president or whatever, and get paid $200K, $300K per year, because I knew no matter what you do in life, as long as you're selling your time for money, no matter if it's for $100K per year, $200K per year, $500K per year, you're never going to be rich. Ever. You're never going to be rich. You might be thinking 500K is rich. It's not rich, right? If you have to show up to work, and if somebody actually controls what you do every single day between the hours of 9 to 5 or 8 through 6 or whatever it is, then you're never going to be rich. The only way to be rich is to have freedom. And so that is exactly the first step in building a strong passive income business that will pay you $300 per day. And I know we haven't really got into it yet, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of a backstory here of where I came from and what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. So step one is awareness. So first you must have awareness. So first you must understand that I can no longer sell my time for money if I want to be truly wealthy and rich in life, if I want to be able to live the good life. Imagine if you have to wake up in the morning, and even if you have $1 million in your bank account, you have to wake up in the morning and you can't do whatever you want. You have to go and get in your car, you have to go to work and spend 10 hours working a job that you most likely hate. Right? And I'm not talking about the people that love their jobs. Most people don't like their jobs at all, and I'm sure that you relate. I hated my job, and I knew that I was only doing it because I thought that it would make me successful. I thought that society would kind of, respect me. But in truth, it was all bullshit. It was all BS, and I knew that if I just went for my freedom instead, if I found my freedom through passive income, then everything would kind of come together and I would be able to live a life like I could never dream of, really. So now that you're aware, and most people, they don't even get to this first step. They don't even get to awareness. And that's the sad part, right? They honestly just reject whenever, and I love talking about this with people because my mission in life is to create literally the best resources for people to learn how to start a successful online business, because I'm really passionate about online business. You know, the things that it has brought in my life, as well as the things that I've seen it do to people, the way that it's transformed people's lives, it's honestly insane. It's crazy. You know, people, no matter what, like how old they are, I've seen 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds transform their lives with online business. Now they're able to, you know, afford the things that they were never able to afford before. They're able to drive their favorite car, their dream car. They're able to go to the places that they've always wanted to go. And for some reason, you know, by following the traditional path in life, they've had to delay it for so long. They've had to delay it, you know, just because, oh, they have to go to their 9-to-5 job. They have to pay off debt, right? Think about it, like everything is controlled by this script, by your 9-to-5 job. Everything is controlled by, you know, these ideas that society has planted in your head. Like the location where you live, most likely, yeah, you might have some family there, but most likely that's where your job is. And the house that you're living in, or the apartment that you're living in, well, you know, you wouldn't need that house or apartment if you weren't working that job that you're working. So everything is linked, it's all related, and that's what I'm trying to show you here. Awareness. So now that you're aware, you've got awareness, you know that you've got to make a change. Step 2 is to find the right wealth vehicle. And so this is really where I struggled with a lot when I was starting out. When I was working my 9-to-5 job, working at Scotiabank, I was constantly, when I was coming home, I was constantly Googling how to make money online, how to start an online business, how to start Amazon FBA. At the time, I just found out about this amazing online business where you could sell products and basically private label them. It's called private labeling, and you can sell them on Amazon, and you never even have to see the product. It goes straight from China, from your supplier, and you can post it on Amazon. At the time, when I was searching for the best online business to start, I also came upon different kinds of businesses. So I tried out social media marketing, I tried out affiliate marketing, I tried out investing in like stocks and stuff like that, and I very quickly realized that a lot of these businesses were not actually businesses. A lot of these ways of making money, let's say, were just that. They were just ways of making money. And I realized that they violated the golden rule of business, which is if you want to make money and you want to enrich yourself, then you have to create something of value that solves a particular problem for a target market. So for example, you know, you start selling products online, beauty products, let's just say, and they improve the beauty of, let's just say, women, right? So obviously, if a target market like that, they think that your product is valuable, then they're obviously going to pay you money. They're gonna be more than happy to pay you money because, you know, your product just delivers that kind of value to them. They don't care whether you have a university degree. They don't care whether you have gone to college. They don't care whether, you know, you have rich friends, rich parents. It doesn't matter at all. And that's the beauty of this. It's all up to you what you do today, like the actions that you take today. So Amazon was the business that I decided to commit to after I failed a few times, you know, just kind of dipping my toes into the other businesses. And that was the one that I found success in. Now, I'm not saying that that's the one that you should do at all. I'm saying that there are so many great businesses, but you really have to know what's a real business, what's not a real business, and I already covered that. It's what actually provides value to people. So now I want to give you a few businesses that you can go right now in 2019, 2020 and actually pursue and start and then see results and actually, you know, get your first client or make your first sales online and make your first profit, your first paycheck from the business within your first month, maybe even within your first few weeks. So the first business is consulting or starting an agency. So for example, you can go, and by the way, the beauty of this is that you don't have to be an expert at anything. You can just go and research anything online and become an expert in something in literally like a few weeks to a month, right? You can read books on it. You can figure out how to solve the problem yourself, right? All of entrepreneurship, you would get paid for solving problems, and that's the amazing part about all this, right? So consulting involves you going out there and finding a solution for a problem. For example, if you want to go and help chiropractors get more clients, right? So if you just become a specialist at that by, for example, just reading books about that, by researching online, spending real time doing this and figuring this out, then you can go and create this program, whether they're consulting calls or coaching calls, or you meet with the chiropractor in person, you know, or an online video series, and you go and you pitch it to chiropractors. So you would go and you would do cold outreach. So for example, you would cold call, you would reach out on LinkedIn, You can start making YouTube videos, which is exactly what I'm doing. But in that case, you would be attracting chiropractors who are looking to get more clients, right? So you can become kind of like the authority in that niche. So I think that's a fantastic business because you don't need any money to start. You can just go and literally get a client that pays you $1,000 per month, $2,000 per month, because you usually get them on retainers. So that's amazing when you're starting out, and I did try that. Actually, one of my first online businesses was getting lawyers more clients. So an agency that I started where lawyers would hire me on a retainer, and then I would help them get more clients through Facebook ads and things like that. Now, that's very basic and that's very kind of saturated at this point, right? So you can be a little bit more creative than that. But the truth is, as long as you are really good at what you do, you figure that out, whatever niche it is. There are so many niches out there, right? You have to see opportunity. You have to come at this with an abundance mindset. If you have a scarcity mindset, which is natural, you might be thinking like, that's not for me. I don't know how to do this. I'm not an expert at anything. Well, then obviously your life can't really change. So that's the first business, consulting or social media agency. Now, I don't really have any videos on that. I'm very, very interested in it. I actually would love to start my own marketing agency just as a side business. I have a team and I'm always growing that right now. I own multiple 7-figure businesses, which I managed to build over the years. So I'd love to get into that because I've spent an enormous amount of money on Facebook ads and on paid traffic and things like that. So I obviously can do this, and I think I'll be building out my own agency in the future as a side project. But that's the first real business. Now the cons about that business are, and there are a few cons, are that you are at the mercy of your clients, and your clients can go and basically cancel anytime. And if you're not really good, especially when you're starting out, it might be a little bit difficult to get clients if you don't have any previous testimonial. So my best advice is just to go and offer your services for free. Now, business number 2 that you can start, that's a passive income business, and this one is significantly different than the previous one. This one is e-commerce. Now, e-commerce, I'm going to give you some real actionable tips on e-commerce. It's changed a lot. It's always changing. And honestly, it's one of the best businesses you can start today. But I'm gonna give you the truth about it. A lot of videos that go and really just flex the numbers, flex the Lamborghinis, the private jets, all this garbage, right? The truth is that that's not what it's about. What business is about is delivering value to customers. If you can learn how to do that, then you will be rich, beyond your wildest dreams, and you will have a great life. You'll have a life of abundance, and you'll never have a lack of money ever again in your life. I can guarantee that. So with e-commerce, and like I said, the first business that I started was Amazon FBA. And so with Amazon, it was fantastic. I really quickly did a calculation of, okay, if I start with like $1,000 or $2,000 as a starting inventory cost, how many units of my product would I have to sell in order to make $300 a day, let's say, which is the title of this video. And $300 a day, the reason that I picked that was because that's actually about a 6-figure income in profit. And we're talking about profit, not sales. So to make $300 a day with Amazon FBA, if you were to start today, let's say that you are making a profit of $10 per unit. It can vary. It can be $5 per unit. It can be $15 per unit. Then, obviously it's going to take you just 300 divided by 10. That would take you 30 units per day, and that's $300 a day in profit. Now, 30 units per day, it will take some time to get there. You will have to find a good product, and to do that, you'll have to use some product research techniques. I've got a bunch of amazing, absolutely amazing Amazon FBA videos. I'm making those since 2017 when I started this YouTube channel, and I've grown this amazing community of entrepreneurs and people who are willing to change their lives, who are willing to quit their 9-to-5s and live the freedom lifestyle. So you can go and check out those Amazon FBA videos after this video. But basically, that's how it works. You find the product, you private label it, create a brand. Now, the biggest thing is that you don't want to sell something that is already widely available on Amazon. So you want to make a slight change that puts your own unique talent or strength or ability into it, right? We're all talented. We all have our unique strengths. You might be watching this video, and I don't know, you might be extremely good at fitness, and you might have some insight into the fitness community where kind of of a trend that just started, and you can see, oh, it's not yet available on Amazon, or there are some products on Amazon, but they're not really branded well, or there's just some improvement you can make. So that's the biggest key that I can basically tell you with Amazon FBA will help you a lot, is to kind of put in your own unique strength or talent and put that into your product research. And if you can do that, then you're basically leveraging Amazon's massive amount of customers, and they're all on there. The credit cards are already plugged into it, so they're willing to purchase. They're on there when they're searching a product. Trust me, there's a very high chance they'll purchase, especially if your product is good. So that's Amazon FBA. Now the second income stream in e-commerce, there's two. The second one is Shopify. This one is slightly different. With this one, you are starting your own Shopify store, and it's not just a Shopify store. A lot of people have this misconception that you just go and sell a bunch of random crap that you find on AliExpress or Alibaba, which are these like Chinese factory websites. That's not going to work. Like it might work for like a few weeks, and you might make some money on the difference between Facebook ads and Shopify, but that's not a real business. Again, I'm trying to explain how to start a real passive income business. Right? It's very possible and it's very doable for anybody, but there's a lot of crap and misinformation that's spread out there. So with Shopify, you want to go and build a one product store and brand. And what I did this year personally, because I wanted to go and really master this myself, I scaled a particular brand from $0 to $1 million in sales in just under 6 months. And so that was really, really great, and that proved the concept, that proved that one product stores are king. And I did that. It was just one product, and it was really kind of a new design of a product, and it solved a big problem in a particular niche. And then I added on a few complementary products on there, and the traffic sources that I used was Facebook ads. So I'd make like simple Facebook ads, videos, kind of where I'm showing the product in use and how it's solving that particular problem. And so that way it kind of went viral and exploded. And so, that's an amazing way also to start your own passive income business with Shopify. Now, the biggest mistake, the thing that most people get wrong here with Shopify is that, like I said, they try to sell random garbage from AliExpress, and that might work for a few weeks, but it's not going to be a long-term business, and you're going to be right back at your 9-to-5 job within a few months. So the real key is to build a long-term brand. If you can do that, if you can focus on one store, one brand, for 3 months, 6 months, a year, imagine where you would have been if you started that and did that a year ago, right? Imagine where you would have been today. You would have been ahead right now, like in the easiest time that has ever been in history to actually start an e-commerce business right now. It's like the rising tide. It's the biggest force in our generation. Sears, Kmart, all these retail stores have already gone bankrupt or are actively going bankrupt. You'll probably see a lot more, for sure going to see a lot more bankruptcies in the near future as well. And so you can see that more and more people are turning towards Amazon and towards buying their everyday items from online stores. So that's the perfect opportunity for you to get in there and build something of value. That's the key here. If you're watching this, I want you to understand, like, build something of value, okay? A lot of people out there, they preach the, just make money fast. It never works. It violates this principle called the process principle, which says that only through extraordinary work and effort you can go and basically, create something of value that actually goes and allows you to get rich and live the life of your dreams, right? It's not like an event. It's not just, people don't just get rich as the media portrays. Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, all these famous entrepreneurs really have to go and dig deeper. Look at, read their biographies and look at their Wikipedia pages, and you can see all of those years that they spent not being rich and just focusing on building something of value for people and for their customers. And so if you can apply that to your own life, you can apply that to building your own online business, no matter if it's consulting, if it's e-commerce, Amazon, Shopify, then you will surely succeed. So in my opinion, those are the 3 best passive income businesses or wealth vehicles that you can actually pursue and achieve massive success with in 2020. There are many others, but these are the ones that I've personally seen transform people's lives, the ones that have transformed my life, and I know they're the ones that most likely will transform your life. Now, step 3 of this process is the learning phase. This is also, you can call it the trial and error phase, and this is where most people just epically fail. This is where most people just absolutely like obliterate their own future success. And what happens is that they commit to a business and they start no-lifing YouTube videos. They start like really, investing their time into learning it. But the problem is that they get excited for 1 week. They might even invest in a few courses, online courses, mentorship programs, things like that. But the next week, they're gone. The next week, you don't even, hear about that business anymore coming out of their mouths. They completely forget about it. And that's because, like everybody in society, is conditioned to go kind of like the easy route, the easy way. And that's why there are so many people who are overweight and they don't do anything about it. They go to the gym, for the first week in January, and the second week, third week of January, they're gone until next year again in January, right? And they're just endlessly paying their monthly gym memberships without even using them. And so my biggest advice to you is, in this phase, if you can just pull that trigger, whether it's on that mentorship program, the course, or whether it's on that product, just move, get a move on, right? Focus on what matters. Don't focus on all the taxes. Don't focus on all the stuff that you need to worry about after you have your profitable business, right? You're not there yet. My advice to you is just focus on making your first $1,000 per month with your business, okay? Just focus on that, and if you can focus on that, then you'll see that everything else will come together. You'll deal with things as they arise. And the next piece of advice that I can give you is, if you can persist after 3 failures, 99% of people would have already quit, but if you can get through 3 failures, there's a very, very high chance that your 4th attempt is going to be successful, right? Like, imagine yourself if you actually commit your life to mastering online business and entrepreneurship, and you spend a year, 2 years, 3 years. I guarantee you're not going to be in the same shoes, in the same spot that you're in right now in a year, even in 6 months, right? You're either going to be successful, or you would have already, you would have came and you would have learned a lot of valuable lessons that would allow you to become successful shortly after that. The simple truth, and I always say this, is if you don't quit, you can't fail. Nobody can take that away from you, right? If you don't quit, if you can just prevent yourself from, going down that path of mediocrity, then you can never fail. Now, what I want to share with you, and I always share something very valuable at the end of my videos to really help you get started with online business, to really help you get started on this journey, because you can do it. I'm telling you that you can, like sincerely. From the bottom of my heart, I really try to help as many people as I can with this. I've been able to grow this amazing YouTube channel. I'm incredibly grateful for that. Looking back at where I came from, it's honestly crazy how I went from sleeping in my car, road tripping around the US and Canada, having literally not even having $7 to pay for Chipotle, to here, right? Being able to live the life of my dreams. Right now I'm in Florida, in Naples, Florida, just, out here doing some valuable work, just chilling out. I'm able to control my environment. I'm able to wake up and do anything that I want to do every single day, which most of it is work anyway, and doing, making these kinds of videos, growing my businesses, and, growing this amazing community of people who are starting their businesses as well. I want to share with you a quiz that I created because I know how hard it is to actually choose which business you should start with, right? So and this is the famous quote by Confucius, stick to one thing, right? If you try to catch 2 rabbits, you'll catch none. So that's why in this quiz below that I created, it'll take you a few minutes and it will tell you the exact business that you should start without any biases, and something that is personally tailored to your strengths, something that is personally tailored to your situation. So go ahead, click on the link down below. You'll be able to access that quiz and it'll tell you the exact business that you should start today. I'm also going to throw up 2 videos right up here, one on Shopify and one on Amazon, because those are the income streams that I primarily focus on my channel, and I talk about them. It's something that I'm involved in every single day, personally. So they're going to be right up here. They're incredibly valuable. They're very important if you are looking to start either one of those income streams. Go ahead, watch them. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you soon. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, leave me a comment. I'll respond to every single comment within 24 hours. I get a lot of comments, as you can probably guess, but I will respond to every single comment. Otherwise, I'll see you soon. Be great. Peace out.